We were just talking about the Patriots. It's the New England Patriots versus Buffalo Bills. This one to me, again, neither of these teams has impressed me the last 2 weeks. New England not really being able to get anything going against the Denver Broncos. That was weird. But then to be really, in my opinion, embarrassed by the San Francisco 49ers. And the 49ers are no slouch, don't get me wrong. But they do have injuries on the defense, What really stuck out, and I texted you before the game, or like right after the game started, I was like, Cam Newton looks like garbage. Like
Terrible.
garbage. And I said,
Terrible.
at some point you got to go to Stidham, right? And I texted you that, 2-3 hours later, I texted you again. I was like, he's in. Stidham's in.
I mean, I thought that Belichick was going to make Cam work. I thought that Cam was good enough. He had enough competence and aptitude and experience to have some synergy with Belichick. And it's like, I mean, he hasn't done anything in 2 starts, right?
Yeah, it's since he was out with COVID, and I don't think that has anything to do with it. But I don't know exactly what happened, because since the Patriots played the Chiefs, and by the way, Cam Newton was not active for that game. That was the last good game I think the Patriots played, and I think they kind of got robbed there in that game, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. But
Sure.
Cam Newton looked like an MVP candidate the first 2 weeks. Like, he
Yeah,
looked like
he was
old
playing
Cam.
great.
The last 2 weeks, he's just sucked.
He looks limited. He looks confused,
And
slow.
unconfident.
Yeah, right. He's in his head. Well, he's not the most mentally strong player. No one's ever accused him of being that, right?
Right.
Actually, the MO is that he's kind of immature, and when things are good, he's the man, and then when they're bad, he just kind of
Withers.
implodes. I
Yeah.
mean, we've seen that. So I don't know. I thought if anyone could get him going in the right direction, it was going to be Bill.
Yeah, and what do we say? Because I had reservations about the signing, and I said, look, to me, and this is before the season, I said, to me, I'm not sure that Stidham isn't the best quarterback on that roster. And I also said, if Stidham outplays Cam Newton, Stidham will start. Like, Belichick doesn't care. Cam Newton's only on 1-year deal, and he does not care. He wants to win, right?
Yeah.
And then the first 2 weeks happened. He looked like incredible.
Yeah.
But now we look at it in hindsight. It's like everybody's torching Seattle's defense.
Yeah,
Like,
right. That was what we found out, right? They have the worst defense in the league.
yeah,
So,
one of them, yeah.
Yeah,
If
one
not
of them,
the-
right? Them in Dallas.
Yeah.
Which is odd to say, but yeah, Cam's really only good day was against Seattle. Not impressive by any means.
Yeah, and teams are kind of ready for him to try to run him over. And this goes back to last season, what I've been saying about Tom Brady, for the last couple of years. Everybody wants to talk about how, Tom Brady's over the hill and stuff. Tom Brady does not look over the hill now that he has receivers that can get open,
right.
does he? Right?
He looks like I don't know what this over the hill stuff is. He looks like he always does. He just knows how to play football. It's like the best way I can describe him. There's nothing flashy about what he does. He just knows what to do all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's what I see anyway. He's just calm, and he's always been really calm, and he puts the ball where it needs to go.
To me, the big difference is, and look, there's no question to me that the Patriots would be better with Tom Brady than they are with Cam Newton. And yeah, I know, like, he looked great early in the year, but look at his numbers. He's consistently throwing the ball for like less than 200 yards consistently. When you're a quarterback this mature in your career and you're still going for under 200 yards passing, that's partially the quarterback, and it is partially the receivers, because in fairness to Cam, like, nobody's open. And the one thing go ahead.
Can you say that nobody's open? I mean,
he is missing throws.
Yeah, I mean, he's
late on
definitely
reads,
missing throws, and the whole thing's just not working anyway. But I wouldn't say nobody is open.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But what I will say, like, about the nobody's open is, I mean, for how many years? A decade. Let's call it a decade, because I can't remember when Edelman really kind of came in. I know it was after Welker was out, but for years, big 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7. Name your third down distance. Patriots call a passing play, and Edelman runs an option route, and Brady knows exactly where he's going to be without communicating. It's a wide receiver option route based on coverage and all that stuff. Now, in theory, Cam should know, but that chemistry there, and the chemistry he had not in his last season, but the seasons before with Gronk, and you're seeing it in Tampa now. It's like it's 3rd and 10, and Brady doesn't have anywhere to go, and Gronk is double covered, and Grady just throws it to Gronk, and Gronk comes down with it. The Patriots have been doing that for a while, and the same is
for a
true
long time.
And so, like, the Patriots, what were they, 12-4 last year, if memory serves, 3 seed, with the same receiving core. Nobody was getting open then either. And the defense is strong for New England. I don't their defense is like a top defense in the league. It's Cam, and I'm not railing on Cam, but I think we said last week, we might have gotten into it a little bit on the show last week, but like the leadership of Brady in that huddle has to count for something. You know, like Edelman knows
that's what he does. I mean, he demands excellence, right? I mean, no matter where he goes, like that's just kind of what he does.
Yeah.
You know, everybody raises their game because of him.
Yeah.
Always. And so, you know, we always thought it was Bill, and I'm not about to start saying that it wasn't Bill, it was all Tom, because who knows, and it's too early to tell. But,
and I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case, but that's what Tom Brady demands, and he's fiery, and he performs at the highest level, and that's what everybody else does when he's around.
Yeah. I don't know, man. To me, I think the biggest thing is, and Patriots fans, if you're watching this, comment below. Let me know what you think. But when I was watching it, I think I might even text you. I said, Cam Newton's arm looks weak. He doesn't have a weak arm. I said it looks weak. And I don't know if that's, I mean, I'm not an NFL scout, so I don't know if that's body mechanics. What I tend to think is maybe honestly, I think the whole offense is lacking confidence. And maybe it's just, maybe he's just trying to aim the ball. You know, maybe he just doesn't want to throw it. I don't know what it is. But it's not what we're used to seeing, and Patriots fans would have to agree with that. Now, on the other hand, look, Buffalo, so they started the season on fire, but they've looked bad. How do you not get in the end zone against the Jets?
They came back down to earth a little bit. You know, it's like, okay, so they beat the Jets. They get the victory, but, you know, not all wins and losses are actually good or bad, right? Like, you can win and think, that's not good. We're not moving in the right direction, you know. Teams also can lose, and you go, you know what, we lost, but that was good. We're moving upward. That happens as well, and barely beating the Jets.
Yeah,
What was going on over there? I didn't see the game. You know, was it just?
I think I watched the second half of it, and because I bet on the Bills to rebound after the loss. I thought, okay, character, you know, they're a team. A lot of these players have playoff experience. I mean, last year they were in the playoffs. I thought they'll rebound. It's the Jets, right? And so they would have covered the spread, by the way, if the kicker actually kicked all of his field goals. He was 6 of 8. But to not be able to get in the end zone, dude, against the Jets, that's a big concern for me. I know you got the W. You'll be in the playoffs. Look, Buffalo, like, I know you're a good team. You're still a top 10 team to me. But what I'm concerned about is if you can't score a touchdown, like, this to me is a statement game. I expect the truly elite teams to blow the doors off of the New York Jets coming off a loss. You know?
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I don't know. They've just kind of stumbled a little bit. They looked really flat.
They looked flat, and maybe they're looking ahead to New England. I mean, this is the big matchup.
That could be it. Yeah, okay, so maybe that's a bigger factor, and good for you for saying that, because you go against a team like the Jets, and
you think you got it in the bag.
You think you got it in the bag. It's human nature, and you don't prepare as well. And you know, the Jets have nothing to lose, and they're going to keep fighting, I guess. So maybe they looked ahead.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the team. So if I'm looking at the points per game here, right? So the Bills give up 25 points a game, which is good enough for 15th in the league. Where are the Patriots at? The Patriots give up 23.8, which is actually more than I thought. I thought they would be below 20, but that is not the case. Now they score. Here's where the Patriots are going to be bad. I know they had that one game against Seattle. The Patriots are 29th in the league, Brad, in offense. They score 19.2 points per game. Oof. Buffalo, on the other hand, they started the season on fire, but I think they're coming back down to earth. Where are they at? Interestingly, they've dropped to 20th at 24.9 points per game.
Yeah, they've had 2 bad weeks in a row, right? What did they score 2 weeks ago? Do you remember?
It was against the Chiefs. Was
it like single digits or something?
Yeah, I don't remember. You can pull that up, but. Yeah, I gotta say,
it wasn't great.
Here's how I think it, man. I think this is a game, and we're talking about it, right?
17 against the Chiefs.
17, no, not awful, but you know, obviously against the Chiefs, that generally doesn't get it done. You know what's going to happen here? This is the reason I want to talk about. This is the AFC East, right? And the Buffalo Bills, to me, are the best team in this division at this point. But are they going to prove it this week? I mean, at some point, you got to prove it on the field, right? And this is the week to prove it.
Right. Yeah, I think this is it. This is a big game for them, and this is a big game for Cam, right? He's
Yeah,
got to like. It's a huge game for Cam. You know, he's looked terrible, and he's got to look like he's at least a little bit competent.
yeah.
That would be nice.
I think this is a game where the Patriots are going to try to run the ball against the Bills defense because the Bills outside their coverage. Like N'Keal Harry, I'd be surprised if they have anything downfield open. That Julian Edelman, kind of short option route stuff. I don't think that's Cam Newton's game either. So I see it's being James White screen pass and Damien Harris running up the middle, and the Patriots just trying to win with defense. And so that plays to me into the Bills' hands. But are they good enough to get it done? Because Gilmore is going to be locked up on Diggs. And by the way, I don't think Gilmore's playing as well as he did last year. But it's hard to play that well 2 years in a row anyway. So Gilmore's probably going to be on Diggs, or maybe they'll double cover Diggs and put Gilmore on whoever the second receiver is, just completely neutralize them. I don't know what's going to happen here, man. Let me say this. The Bills should win this game, in my opinion. But, this is a maturity game. It's not a statement game, it's a maturity game. Like, how mature of a team is the Buffalo Bills at this point? Are they ready to basically be the team in the AFC East? And that's the big question I have. So we'll see. Let me hit you with the line here, man. Bovada has New England +4 against the Buffalo Bills. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Buffalo, man. I know.
I'm going to go with Buffalo as well, just because they should win it, man. To me, the analytics say that they should win it. But my big question is, are they going to prove it on the field? Because this is a game. Look, if this is Tom Brady running this team, I would take the Patriots because this is a game that the Patriots win. But as I said last week, I think that Patriots mentality, I think it's dead with Cam Newton. Not to say they can't get it back, but it's on life support. So
it definitely is. I don't know if it's dead, but
yeah,
it's in a coma.
All right, let's move it on. We got